Hello everyone, good evening, welcome back to another live stream, Saturday night live stream. Better than listening to GBX, listen to some absolute crypto gold. And we're going to start with Limewire tonight. We've got loads to cover. How are we all? It's good to see so many in the chat. JJ, are you not over in Scotland actually tonight? Robert, Jay, Declan, still pumping Ross X. Nice to see. Limewire absolutely smashing it out the park in the last few days. So we're going to talk about it tonight. We've got some updates from Drift. And of course we're going to talk about Baseman. How we doing, Brian? Nice to see so many people in the chat. So, we have hit a new all-time high for Limewire. Absolutely smashing it. This weekly candle, which closes tomorrow night, is currently up 100%. Wow. And touched 126%. I think that was last night or tonight. Yeah, last night at 161. So, Limewire's absolutely smashing it. We always said patience would pay with Limewire. We were getting a lot of people asking us, do we still believe in Limewire all the way through this period here? Because we had bought around the 20 cent mark. We kept saying it was a new project, brand, the amount of developments they've got, it was always going to do well. And we encouraged people, or told people what we were doing, which was dollar cost averaging down here. I think my lowest buy was about 6 cents, down somewhere around here. And we also added it to the CC Pro basket, which everybody should know by now. We took 5 grand's profit out, which means the basket is now risk free. And if you did buy down at the 6 cent area, you are up, wow, almost 2,000%. And that's today after a pullback. Limewire absolutely stealing the show, and the bull run is just kicking off. For everybody in CC Pro, you'll know I spoke about topping up my Limewire a few days ago on the stream. I bought around 71 cents, which is about here. Just wanted to buy some. It had pulled back, this nice little retrace, and I thought I would buy a little bag. And if you're in CC Pro, you'll see that last night I announced that I had sold that bag. So sold it around here, 111% gains. Nice little couple of weeks trade that I did. And this is an important thing for everybody when taking profit. So I sold the entire bag because I was quite happy with the gains. It was just a bit of a swing trade from myself. It went a bit higher. Not interested. Happy with my gains. 110% in 3 weeks. More than happy with those gains. And it kept going. Went a bit higher, but you just have to let it run after that. So that was a nice little trade. We've been doing a few buys over the last few days. We've announced a few buys, and they've all played out pretty well. So the Limewire one obviously sold out last night here. It's retraced today, as you can see. So from where I sold last night, it's down about 5%, but it's done its job. It's absolutely smashed it, and on to the next project. But it's a good lesson for anyone taking profit. Don't worry about where it could go. Just hit your profit goal, get out, and move on to the next thing. I wonder how many people in here are Limewire holders. not just in the basket, because Limewire's something we've spoke about for a while. Let's check in on Bitcoin. Bitcoin still, as we've said for a few days, it's just building support around the previous all-time high, which is this orange line. That is very bullish. Tomorrow night we have a weekly, monthly, quarterly candle close, and if we close that candle above the previous all-time high, above this orange line, that is going to be huge for the crypto market. And if we do close above that line, I expect us to pump hard into the halving. So yeah, really bullish times for the crypto market. We obviously are going to talk a bit about Baseman soon. We'll talk about drift, and we'll just go through some Q&A. If you've got any questions, drop them in the chat. There is one thing I want to cover, which came up in CC Pro. If you're not in CC Pro, you need to get involved very soon. Time is running out. The halving is less than 3 weeks away. You have about 18 days to go. So time to get involved. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Stop delaying taking action. $367 for Limewire. That is very specific. I like it. Yeah, Opulus, another great project as well. All benefiting from the RWA narrative that's going on just now. Let's check in on our favourite DEX screener. Let's see. Let's close that. I want to check in on Alvar, because we're kind of approaching the season where buying is done. Topping up, buying crypto is almost done. It's time to switch to full-on selling mode. But when you get a project like this that you're very bullish on, CC Pro members will have got the seed round at 15 cents, but it's locked up till September. So I bought some on launch. I think it was about 150 odd, so about here. And then last night I announced I was buying more. I've been buying more Wednesday, Thursday, and then again last night. Last night's bag I bought at 99 cents, around here, and currently that buy is up almost 10%. So easy ways to just lowering your average buy and getting to profit much quicker. So I think I've now brought my average buy down to 125, which once Alvar actually gets going, it's going to smash through 125 and I'll be in profit instantly. So very bullish on this. Once they start releasing their updates, I think it's going to move very quickly. So that's on Alvar, just another exercise in lowering your average buy, getting to profit as soon as possible, and maximizing your gains. But like I say, buying time is nearly over. Let's check in on Ethereum, the king of the alts. Let's go to the weekly chart. Also looks pretty bullish, to be fair. I think we're on the verge of seeing some big rallies in alts. If Bitcoin plays ball. Everything relies on Bitcoin, and if it does well, the entire crypto market does well. But it wouldn't surprise me if after the halving we actually see a bit of sell-off in Bitcoin, and that's where Ethereum and alts start rallying, because as we approach May with the Ethereum ETF narrative, there's going to be so much speculative buying. And then after that, even if it gets approved, it's like, right, what's the next ETF? The entire market's just driven by hype and speculation. So if the Ethereum ETF gets approved, on to the next. What's next? Hopefully an XRP one. Although maybe not, because I don't actually like the fact that BlackRock own all this Bitcoin. I just don't necessarily think it agrees with the Bitcoin philosophy, but Alvar will do what Limewire done and Moon. Yeah, long term I'm very confident in Alvar. The only reason I'm buying in the last few weeks is just so that if it pumps in July or August, I can actually sell. because our seed round, although we got in at 15 cents, which is a ridiculous price, it'll never ever go as low as that, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I just can't see it ever being 15 cents on the open market. But it's locked up, so in order to kind of hedge and take advantage of any massive rallies, I want to have my own separate bag. Do you think? Yeah, I think the one thing I would say with Alvar versus Limewire is Limewire is capitalizing on the RWA narrative right now, but they've actually got a working product. So you can go on the Limewire website, you can sign up as a content creator, and you can start generating money from your content. It's got AI images, AI vocals and music and things, so it's already got a product that people are actually using, whereas Alvara's so new, I don't think it's going to be released for a while. I would imagine it'd be over the next few months, but it's not out there yet. As soon as Alvara launches, that'll immediately create buy pressure for the token, because it's part of the ecosystem. You have to buy it to use the product, and there's a burn. So yeah, I think Alvara will do very well long term. So where's all the Alvara confidence come? It's just because I like the product or the project. It might never go anywhere, I might be wrong, but the team behind it are a team we've spoke with a lot, we know a lot about. It's a new product, so no one else has the same technology out there, and it basically simulates the basket, but it's more like an ETF or an index fund in the traditional market. So people can create their own funds with their own cryptos and make a basket of cryptos, and then they can market it to people, and people can buy that basket. They earn a commission from it, and if it does well, everybody does well. And I think that's quite appealing, especially for big brands, big companies, but also big influencers in the space. I think every major influencer will create an Alvara basket at some point. I think there will be a competitive nature between people. So yeah, I think that's why I'm bullish on it, because I like the idea. It already works to a certain extent with the thematics on Swissborg, but this is not held on a platform and you own the rights to your basket. You can create your own. And we love the thematics on Swissborg, so it's like an enhancement of that. So yeah, I think it'll do really well. And I think as well, people will just experiment. Like, I would create my own basket. I know loads of people would just create their own basket and see if people buy it, see if it does well. So just because of that, it then causes buy pressure on Alvara token. So yeah. Alan, will CC? Yeah, we probably will. Probably create an Alvara fund or whatever they're going to call it. I can't remember what the terminology is, but yeah, we'll probably will, because we did the Bybit basket and it was class until Bybit closed in the UK. But the actual concept, the tokens, we're doing, we've already taken $5,000 profit. So yeah, we'll probably have a go. Why not? Do you think XRP could have an ETF? I mean, everything will probably have an ETF at this rate. All the major top 10 cryptos will probably end up having a ETF, I would imagine, if that's the way the powers that be want it to be. So I don't necessarily agree, but it is what it is, as they say. Any thoughts on taking profit before the new tax year? To be honest, I don't really get involved in tax conversations, because the only questions we ever get about tax revolves around people trying to hide from tax. So now, if you want to discuss tax, you need to really contact a tax advisor. What I would say is, when you're realizing profits, you need to do it in a balanced way. So somebody in CC Pro last night, and I hope they don't mind me talking about it, but they put it in the chat room, so it's public knowledge. But they market sold 50 grand's worth of Limewire in one go on Bitget, I think. And they ended up only realizing 30 grand's worth of profit. So I'll write on the chart why, and then we'll maybe discuss some memes and drift as well. I want to talk about drift. So let's use this big green daily candle. So you hit sell on a market order here on Limewire. If you just do a market sell and it's a big buy, it has to go to the order book and look for buyers for that. And what actually happens is you sell a percentage here, a percentage here, a percentage here, a percentage here, and this is what happened last night. A percentage here, because there's just not that many buyers in the market for 50 grand's worth of Limewire at the top of its price ever. So what happens is your sell order gets triggered, all these different prices just keeps triggering. Your average sell price is then way lower than the top price where you actually hit the button. So in order to combat that, what you need to do is limit orders. So you set a limit order, sell 50k at 145, and then it means you'll only sell your tokens at that price. So you'll only ever get 145 as your sale price, but it might take hours, it might take days to actually sell the full 50 grand's worth. So yeah, that's quite an expensive lesson, but when you're doing big buys or sells, you need to think of the market you're selling into. I can't imagine there was a huge demand for buying Limewire at like 150, 155. You kind of just need to take a step back and think about it before you just smash buy or smash sell. In a bull run, it will be slightly different because you'll be selling into hype and euphoria, and there will be a lot more liquidity in the market. Let's have a look at the total crypto market, for example. So right now we're at 2.5 trillion, but the previous market cap all-time high is just over 3 trillion. I expect us to at least get to 5 trillion in the next bull cycle, bull cycle. So because of that, that's going to mean that there's more liquidity, and you should be selling in the run-up to peaks. Like, you want to be selling percentages as the price rises. You don't want to just wait for one price to smash sell all your tokens. So a couple of lessons there, but yeah, just expensive lesson learned last night, but you do need to remember that some of these smaller exchanges as well, they don't have the liquidity of a Binance. But even a Binance, like if you sold 50k of a small altcoin like Limewire, like you're still never going to get that one price. So yeah, 20 grand lesson. Nice, we got some Baseman in the house. So, does anyone not know about Baseman? I feel like anyone in CC Pro should know about Baseman. So Baseman is our third meme that we've launched to CC Pro in the last few weeks. Let's pull up the Twitter actually, because it's better, because it's quite cool. As cool as memes go, to be fair. I can't believe I said that on a Saturday night. But it's a mock of Brian Armstrong, the Coinbase CEO. Yeah, it's a bit different. It's better than a random animal token. And yeah, it's just a bit of fun. but it also comes with the brand Coinbase, and it's on the Base network, which is backed by Coinbase. So we launched it yesterday to CC Pro members. It's currently at $912,000 market cap. We launched it, what was it, 450? So we got in, I think it was 48 cents when we got in. So if you bought yesterday on launch, you're still up 78% in 24 hours. And obviously it's skyrocketed to 361. So it's down 75%. So huge gains for everybody that got in. And yeah, they've just started as well. So it's only got 1 million tokens, which is why the price is quite high for a meme coin. Normally they have trillions in supply. So people think by buying 0.00001 of a token, if it gets to $1, they'll be billionaires. With this, it's 1 million tokens, nice and simple, and the team have close control of supply, so it means there's not going to be massive sell-offs. There's nobody's holding massive bags, no KOLs are getting massive supply. So hopefully that is healthy for supply for the chart, and they've also got a market maker involved already. So the market maker can help protect price, but also facilitate trades, buys and sells, so that it means it's a bit smoother. Some nice buys coming in, a few small sells. Another one. So yeah, that's Baseman. Why did they launch Baseman and then take Easter off? Well, one, they're not taking Easter off. They are working very hard behind the scenes. In fact, I was talking to the team before I came on because they were going to share this link, but they're working very hard. They just aren't going to promote and waste all their marketing budget on Easter weekend, because most people won't be spending time on charts, won't be spending time on Twitter, because they'll be spending it with their families. So there's no point blowing your market budget when there's not an audience. But the good thing about launching at that time is all the people that just want to quick pump and dump, sell and get out should hopefully be out by the time they start spending their marketing budget. So actually it's a strategy. Whether it works or not, who knows, but there is theory behind it. They didn't just launch a token and then go to bed and just, you know, go and eat Easter eggs. That's definitely not what's going on. So yeah, so confident on Baseman. Hopefully next week, once they do start marketing, it'll get some traction, because like I say, it is a bit different, stands out from the other memes, still a meme coin, could still go to zero, but I think it'll go to 10 million market cap. It was up at, what was it here? What? Got to like 4 million, was it? Yeah, 3.6 million, and they've not spent a penny on KOLs or Twitter. Like, it's barely on Twitter. I don't even think it's tweeted much. Yeah, they've not even got somebody charge you their Twitter, because they've not tweeted in 24 hours. So the minute they start ramping up that, this thing should go very well. So yeah, 10 million market cap is kind of what I'm expecting. I could be wrong, like it could go to zero. It's a meme coin after all, but yeah, I'm holding for 10 million market cap minimum, and then we'll see where we get to from there. But yeah, the team are definitely not sitting, eating Easter eggs, doing nothing. Do you not think the high price can be off-putting? Potentially, but yeah, to be fair, I understand why meme coins do it. So meme coins do it so that the random investor that doesn't know anything about crypto thinks, well, if I buy this and it goes to $1, I'm going to be a billionaire. That's why meme coins have huge supply. Like, let's look at, I think I've got Pepe, or I've got Shiba on this. So yeah, look at, like, hopefully you can see that, but look at all the zeros. So that's what everybody thinks. Oh, Shiba goes to $1, like you can't even see it. Like where would, I mean, it would never even, yeah, it's just never going to happen. You would be a trillionaire if Shiba Inu went to $1. But people think that. But then on the other hand, does it just look like any other trash meme coin by having a massive supply? And does that put people off? Because people are wisening up to tokenomics. They're wisening up to the fact that having trillions of coins in circulation means they can just dish them out to anyone and everyone to try and promote the project. So there's pros and cons of everything. We'll see. It's 24 hours old. Well, yeah, 36 hours old. So let's see. Throw it down. Let's see if the Baseman team can flip Wolf at 7 million market cap. That would be nice. For anyone that's not in CC Pro or taking part in CC Pro meme coins, Wolf was our first one. We did Parrot. Less said about Parrot the better. And now we are doing Baseman. And yeah, it's going pretty well right now. Everybody's up. Well, if you got in at launch when we launched it, you're up 2x. So not bad for 24 hours. Anyone that's not in CC Pro, hopefully everybody on the stream pretty much is. But if you're not, this is some of the stuff you get in CC Pro. You get daily updates, you get TA, you get trades, tutorials, i.e. how to buy Base, how to convert your Ethereum to Base, so you can actually buy the Base meme coin. You get project updates, discounts, podcast, copy trading, and exclusive access to newly announced pre-sale seed rounds and meme coins before anyone else. And that highlighted it with Alvar. Alvara's down quite significantly since launch, and CC Pro members are still up 5x. That's one of the benefits and the power of CC Pro. Yeah, T-Smoke, that's exactly what they planned as well. If if Coinbase CEO sees this, sends a tweet out, it's off to the races. Yeah, and to be fair, he is a bit of a he is a bit of a meme lord in terms of like people love mocking him. So it wouldn't surprise me if it got trended. Like people just love basically taking the piss out of him. So it wouldn't surprise me if the meme does get some traction next week. Wolf, let's check Wolf. We're still holding our bag of Wolf. A bag of Wolf. 5.7 million market cap. I keep saying it, but this thing just continues to show strength. I'm pretty impressed, to be fair. I've said it before, but the entire market, meme coins, in fact, just to show you what happens to some meme coins. Hopefully we've got some issue holders in who told me it was going to 30 million market cap. So this is what happens to most meme coins. It went from $8 million market cap to 510,000. So whereas Wolf, yeah, it's dropped and it's down, but 5 million market cap is still pretty decent, and it's holding its own. So the important thing for memes is there's a time and a place for them. And right now, Bitcoin is in consolidation. That isn't the best conditions for meme coins. So this looks so bullish to me, so bullish, that if we do get that monthly close above here, I think it could be similar to this and we just explode higher again. If that happens, that'll be very good for meme coins, because that's when they perform the best, when the market's in hype, euphoria, everybody's in profit, everybody's making money, that's when meme coins do very well. So if this plays out the way we think it will, I think meme coins will maybe end of next week will start firing hard. JJ, are you still on the stream? Just before. Look at BNB. $605 BNB. What's its all-time high? 693. Could easily smash that in the next week. I remember everybody wanted to short BNB here. We were on stream and everybody was asking me, why are we not shorting BNB? It's going down, it's going lower, it's going lower. And I was saying, you don't short support, you don't long resistance, and you don't short support. And only if we broke below and closed below support would we enter a short. JJ, you'll remember this because it was you and I that were having that conversation on stream. And we literally just kept saying, do not short here. This is the bad place to short. And we are currently up almost 200% since then. Since everybody was screaming BNB was going to the floor, it was going to $13, I think, was it? Something crazy like that. $7. We're up 200% at 605. Yeah, BNB's always done pretty strong. It's because it's backed by the world's biggest exchange, regardless of what you think about it. JJ, you were not the only one. We were getting messages all the time saying, is this now a good time to short BNB? It's like, no. You don't short resistance and you don't long support. Is that the right way around? No, it's the other way around. You don't long resistance and you don't short support. Would have been wrecked. Yeah, definitely. Has the FUD for CUCOIN blown over? Yeah, to be fair, we never really paid too much notice to it. The only reason we put an update in CC Pro was because members were getting worried. But CUCOIN's own token only dropped 5%. And that's on a day where Bitcoin was down 1%. So the fact that they've came out and airdropping people that were inconvenienced by it, they were tweeting all through it. Yeah, I think it was just the SEC are going after every project in America. They're going to alienate crypto firms, exchanges, business, and they're going to find any excuse to do it. The strange thing for us, or for me anyway, was why SEC have done it now, which doesn't really make a lot of sense unless SEC know that they'll just settle and pay the fine. Because if SEC had launched that so it all related to 2022, so surely the SEC should have sued them in 2023, but they didn't. But at that point, exchanges probably didn't have a lot of free cash. Liquidity wasn't great because prices were still low. So it's clear the SEC have waited, let them build up a bank of cash, sue them, and you know you're going to get a settlement because no exchange wants to be under investigation going into the peak of the bull run. So it's all just a racket. It's just SEC timing their investigations to maximise the amount of money they can get out of people because they don't actually want to go to court. If they go to court, they'll lose again. So yeah, I think the timing is suspicious to say the least. Thoughts on XRP currently? To be fair, XRP is looking pretty bullish in my opinion. Last week was quite a bullish hold of support. The daily MA is just closing above the weekly. If we close out here on the weekly, I'm feeling pretty bullish on XRP. It's also kind of forming an inverse head and shoulders, kind of. Maybe not. Might be a bit of a stretch. Something like this. Maybe. That's possibly a stretch. But either way, if we break 66 and close above it on like the 3-day or the weekly time frame, I think we go much higher. So yeah, I would say XRP is looking pretty bullish. How much would you say to hold on exchanges? To be honest, I would just spread my risk across a few different places. And the reason isn't just in case one of them blows up like an FTX. The other reason is liquidity. So if you have like all your XRP on Binance, like what we spoke about at the start with Limewire, you're going to not get out all at once at the one price, because the liquidity on that exchange, everybody's going to be selling at the same point. So if you can split it across a couple of exchanges, so like I have Genzokishi MV, some on Swissborg, some on KuCoin. So it means when I'm selling, it's going to trigger at different prices, but it's going to help with liquidity. I'm not sucking all the liquidity out of one exchange at the one time. It's kind of split between two. But then also, if KuCoin just goes down on the day I want to take profit of MV, or I can't log in, there's an issue, I know my Swissborg I can sell on there, and then I've got half my holdings out. So yeah, that's kind of why there's more than one reason for splitting your holdings. But yeah, just hold it on a couple of places. Yeah, that's what I would say. But realistically, the whole plan is you'd be selling as the price rises. So you're going to be selling over like a 12, well, depending on when you hit your targets, but it could be up to 12 months of taking profit. So yeah, the chance of an exchange being down every time you try and sell is going to be very slim. Now we're back to, yeah, did everybody get the email from Swissborg? You need to pass the tests. I saw loads of members fail the tests, and while I don't agree with them, but like there is an element of me thinks that if you fail them, maybe you should read up a bit, just so that you do understand the risks. But they are ridiculous. But FCA, not financial advice and all that. Yeah, I think that does, I'm pretty sure that does mean that you can take part in alpha deals. Yeah, because there's quite a few. I think there's another one coming next week. Check out CC Pro Monday. I'll do an update on the next alpha update. Let's have a look at 2021, because it's a good point, to be fair. So, I actually can't remember where he drew his lines from, but this was the halving here, and we kind of had a sideways period through the summer. And we've said for ages, we wouldn't be surprised if that happened this year. So, halving happens, April, we maybe dump a bit, then we recover, and then it's just sideways. I wouldn't even be surprised if it lasted all summer to like September, because the big driving force in the market right now is institutional investment in the ETFs. Institutional investors they reduce their investing during the summer. That's why all stocks have a cooling off period during the summer. They just go sideways because everybody just goes to the beach. They stop worrying about it. They just take the summer off and then they come back, and that's why autumn and winter are strongest months all the time. So here's the halving here, and probably from around October. So what was that? The halving was in May. So 5 months of relative sideways, and then Bitcoin exploded, and the peak was 402 days there. So let's take it from the halving. So from the halving to the top was 552 days. So that puts us, what, about September, October 2025. I'm not sure. I don't think we're going to top out this cycle in 100 days. Put it that way. I think the correction in April isn't a bad shout. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're due a correction right now and goes up forever, and we're up since November 2022. We're up what, 300% or something like that? Yeah, 330%. So yeah, we're overdue a correction. Like a significant correction. This is nothing. What was this? 18%. Will it happen in April? Those are very specific dates. I don't know what the reasoning behind the 8th to the 12th of April was. I would imagine we're going to pump really hard into the halving, and the halving, or round about that date, could be a sell the news event. Because one, you've got miners trying to grab as much Bitcoin as possible before the halving, because their reward gets cut in half at the halving. I can't remember, and I could be just remembering it wrong, but I can't remember the last halving being spoke about as much as it's been spoken about now. Everyone's talking about it. Even I saw somebody on CNBC talk about the Bitcoin halving. Like, no normal person should be discussing the halving. It's like a dead niche geeky thing. So the fact that it's on daytime TV tells me that everybody's going to be looking at that event for price to just start skyrocketing. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was the correction, and I would expect it to be like 35-40%. So we're around here, because I still think we'll break this before the halving. But say this, so that would take us, it's 35% there. That wouldn't surprise me. That's not even that bad. Down here, 45% would put us at 40k. That would be more like it. If we saw that over the next 6 months, maybe 5, I wouldn't be surprised. It would be brutal, and it would shake everybody out. Everybody would say, that's it, we've topped, we set an all-time high, market's over, that's it, done. And it'll be similar to this period here. So this was the 2021 bull market. We ran up, set a new all-time high, and then we corrected 55%, and everybody was like, halving, all-time high, cycle's over, bear market. And then we went again. So I wouldn't be surprised if this whole period here plays out again, in terms of set an all-time high pre-halving. That's the only difference. The only changing factor is where the halving falls. So take out the halving, we've set an all-time high. I wouldn't be surprised if we correct heavily over the summer months, which this happened exactly, and then rally again into the US election and into 2025. That's kind of probably my favourite idea of how the cycle will play out, but no one knows. The other thing is, if we look at this here, so we ran up, had a wee correction, ran up, corrected back after hitting all-time high. Every time we hit an all-time high, correct, all-time high, correct, all-time high, and then eventually dump. But we semi-corrected in here. This period here is the most dangerous period. This here is the most dangerous point, because what happens here is you're just used to these pullbacks. So you see, let's see what I can use. So you had this one here, this one here, and this one here. We'll colour this one a different colour so it's obvious, because we might come back to this chart and talk about it in the future. There we go, we'll colour it green. So if you look at this, so we pumped and corrected 30%. Then we went on a massive rally, corrected 25%. Another rally, all-time high. So all-time high, all-time high, all-time high, corrected 20%. All-time high, corrected 27%. But in here, the green one's the most dangerous. And that's because everybody thinks we're on to an all-time high again because they've experienced it 3 times. So it tricks them. So in here, they get all emotional. Right, we know what's coming. Another all-time high. Fully exposed this time. Because maybe I never bought enough, or I wasn't leveraged enough. I wasn't long enough. So let's go absolute degen long, because we know what's coming. All-time high. And the market sells off. And even from this point, 52% correction, and it just wrecks everyone, wipes everybody out. And then in here, everybody's like the BNB chart. Everybody in here is saying we're sub 30k. That's it. Bear market. We're going lower. We're going back to the daily 200 MA. Definitely dropping lower, and the market just wrong foots everybody once again and pumps 130%, catching everybody the wrong side. That is literally markets. They're designed to wrong foot everyone. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that played out. We've had 22% correction there. That was nothing. That doesn't even count. So we've had 20% correction in this run. This one was about 20%. So we've had 2. Would we count this? Nah, I wouldn't. Maybe. So maybe we've had 2, maybe 3. But if we go on to all-time high and correct again, I expect us to dip a lot harder and it to be like the summer of 2021. So that's kind of my theory. But no, we'll definitely go into an all-time high. I'm pretty convinced of it. We'll do 100k plus this cycle, in my opinion. I can't see why we wouldn't. What browser is this? Chrome? Yeah, although I might switch to Brave. So I'll get, in fact, I think Dex will do a stream in the next couple of days, or a video. I'll get him to mention Brave, because he could show you the differences maybe. But Brave doesn't have all the pop-ups. So see, when I go to here and I've got all these adverts, he doesn't have that because it's Brave browser. So check that out. And because it doesn't allow pop-ups and ads, there's less chance of you clicking something that will wipe you out. Yeah, exactly, Greg. Post-halving. Yeah, so buy the rumour, sell the news. I think the halving is definitely setting itself up for that. But I could be wrong. We could go through the halving and then just skyrocket because of the buying demand. But I think that's too simple. It's too obvious. Everybody seems to be watching the ETFs. Get out of all memes before the halving? No, not really. Like, when I buy a meme, I basically say to myself, I'm going to hold this for massive gains, or it's going to go to zero. I'm not really interested in 20%, 40%, 50% gains. I want meme coin gains. That's why I buy them. I buy a small amount, and it's a bit of speculation. So, no, because there will be a meme cycle. So there will be, in fact, there will be multiple meme coin rallies in 2024 and 2025. So, no, definitely not. And the last one of the cycle, just before, in fact, I wonder if we can see this in Doge. Let's go to the weekly chart. So it's so hard because it's so small, but so like January 2021 altcoins had a rally, but look at this. The last meme coin rally, so Bitcoin had just set an all-time high here, and then Dogecoin rallied 500% before correcting 65%. So when Bitcoin puts a new all-time high in, meme coins typically have fun a couple of weeks after, and then they go again. And then what was this? May. So yeah, and then they go again. So now I would expect meme coins to have their day in the sun again. So I wouldn't be selling them out unless they go wild. Like I say, if Wolf does a massive rally over the next 3 weeks, goes to like 75 million market cap, then yeah, definitely I'll be out. But I'm not going to sell out just for 20, 30%, 40% gains. There's no point. Meme coins are for meme coin gains, or they go to zero. That's literally the options for me. My cans, I can advocate for Brave. Yeah, apparently it's class, to be fair. In terms of leading up to the halving, was Bitcoin pumping this hard before? No, because of the ETF. So pre-halving the last time, this blue line here is the halving, May the 4th, 2020. Obviously we had the C19 dump, so I mean technically from the bear market low, it was up 145% on the day of the halving, but it was a bit of a disjointed period because of the C19 stuff. Kind of just sideways. But yeah, it's still up 145% to be fair. But we're up, what, massive 400% from the bear market low. Yeah, 350% we're up, so we're up much higher. So the tutorial for adding base network to MetaMask was brilliant. Helped when it came to buy and compete as well. Yeah, so let's talk about compete actually, and then we'll do drift. So compete is our last altcoin gem of the cycle. So if you don't know where to buy it, you can buy it on Uniswap. You can buy using Ethereum. Obviously you have to pay the fees, or you can now buy using Base. Word of warning, do not bridge out of Base. For everybody in CC Pro, you know what I mean. When you bridge out of Base, it can take up to 7 days. I've been waiting 2 days for mine. What you're better doing is just sending Base to an exchange that accepts it, and then converting it to whatever you want. So Coinbase, Binance, Mexi, all accept Base so far, as far as I'm aware. I don't know any others, but there's probably loads. And in a couple of months, they'll all accept it. So yeah, compete, last altcoin of the cycle for us. Like we say, we're getting to the end of buying. Buying season's nearly over. Unless something massively corrects, you're not going to be buying loads. It's time to switch to selling. So this is the last one. It's a gaming coin. Looks a bit like Grand Theft Auto. It's like a battle royale type game. It looks really good. The graphics look class, to be fair, because most Web3 graphics aren't great. So no, it looks cool. So yeah, Compete, very bullish on Compete. Right, let's cover Drift. Is there any Drift holders? Let me know who's all holding Drift. I'm going to grab a drink and then we'll talk about some of the developments with Drift. And I'll see if I can give you some... I don't know if there's any inside info I've got, actually. Well, there is, but I'm not sure if it's public yet. Or I can make it public. So for anyone that doesn't know, Drift was the first pre-sale we took part in this year. Well, 27th of December we got involved. It's still available in pre-sale, but it is closing. In fact, it'll be closing in a few days. You can buy it now at $0.0007 per token. Launch price is 0.00087. So you can buy now. You can buy it with BNB, Polygon, or Ethereum. And like it says, pre-sale ends soon. So Drift put out a tweet the other day. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but I'll just run through the highlights. So anyone that's bought Drift, it's probably a bit later than planned, TGE, but the reason for that is because they're doing so much stuff in the background. So they've incorporated CCIP, which is a chain link protocol, which basically means that you don't have to bridge between one chain and another. You can just use any chain you want. That obviously delayed it. They also then went into audit, so the token has now been audited, so it's ready for IEO on CoinStore and PTB. And then they have exchange listing lined up. So they've got one confirmed right now, which is Bitmart, but another two big exchanges waiting in the wings, just waiting on the IEO finishing. So all that will be announced soon. They've also got loads of gaming partnerships because the new game is coming out, and the new game's going to be Web3. So there will be prizes for in-game tokens, in-game races. You'll be able to wager on each game, and you can take part and win prizes. The plan is long term, the prizes are going to be pretty significant. There's going to be prizes put up by sponsors, there's going to be prizes put up by outside companies, and because it's a Web3 racing game, they're in talks with people about potentially in-game advertising, which will then lead to prizes as well. And all that just adds hype and hopefully decent price action for the token. The token goes live very soon in IEO, and then TGE, then exchange listing. So it's all kind of about to kick off for Drift. They do have some big announcement that's coming. I just messaged and it's not ready for public consumption yet, but it's going to increase the value of your token, put it that way, and it's going to be very bullish long term. I'm not sure if anyone's aware as well, so Drift token isn't tied to that game. So the Drift token is part of Drift Labs, so when they launch, they've already got another 2 games in the works, and once those launch, the token's going to then work across all the games. So Drift holders will benefit from in-game revenue from all the games that the Drift Labs team create. So first one, payout pursuit. 30% of all in-game revenue goes to token holders. So as they add more games, like you could, by holding and staking Drift, you could earn really good rewards based on how successful all the different games are, especially if they keep adding. I know they've definitely got another 2 games that will be working on very soon, so hopefully by the end of 2024 they've got 3 games. You can earn rewards across all 3. That would be pretty unreal, to be fair. But yeah, watch out for Drift. There's more details coming. They also are sponsoring a real life racing driver, Max Bird, who, for anyone that doesn't know, that Martini guy's racing team, Max Bird is the professional racer in that team. And from all the hype and everything, he's actually probably going to win the GT4 series, or he's got a very good chance of, and it's got Drift logo on the car. So yeah, pretty cool partnership. Exposure to the real world, but also it's just shows you that the Web3 Drift, they're not just in it for kind of short term. They've sponsored somebody in the real world. They're starting to build partnerships. So all in all, it's bullish for the company, the token, the project. So that's kind of the Drift update. I know everybody's been asking why it's delayed. The biggest thing was CCIP. Drift's one of the first tokens to use CCIP, so it doesn't mean bridging across networks. You can use it on any network, and you basically don't even know that you're changing network. So yeah, and then TMG obviously is going to be linked to Drift long term, so we all know that he was kind of involved, he was kind of promoting it, he'd done a video, but he's now got a vested interest in Drift doing well long term, because if Drift does well, it sponsors his racing driver, that then brings more money into the team that he pays for. So it means for the next year, TMG is going to be kind of have a vested interest in Drift doing well, instead of just promoting it till launch, and launches and then we never hear about it again. So I think that's very bullish. Taylor Drifty, I like it. Martin Spence, I like it. Got in on the warm-up lap, Robert. Nice. Nice. Quite a lot of Drift holders. I think the nice thing about Drift as well is, like, the gaming narrative is going to be huge. I expect the gaming narrative to kick off again. So being in so early on a project like this is going to be very bullish. And then also the team behind it are obviously kind of long-term thinkers, as opposed to just, let's put out a token, then we'll build a game. They built the game before they even released the token. So yeah, that is what is happening. Anyone tuned in that's not on CC Pro, these are all opportunities that we've been talking about that CC Pro have had first. We have had, just since Christmas, Drift first pre-sale round. We had Antara. We had the strategic round, I think. So CC Pro members got Antara at 12 cents. And it's currently sitting at 22. So almost double. CC Pro members also got Alvar, which they got at 15 cents, and it's currently at 109. And last year was Limewire that we spoke about. So CC Pro members got in at 20 cents, and it's now up 556%. But we told everybody we were buying at 6 cents. So we dollar cost averaged all the way down to 6 cents. And we are now up 2000%. We also brought you Opulus. Opulus is just unreal. Opulus was 4 cents. That's 5. We're up 480% on Opulus. These are all the opportunities that we're bringing CC Pro members all the time. So if you're not in CC Pro, somebody will drop the link. You get all this other stuff as well. This is just the unique opportunities, but you also get basically daily analysis and daily tips and hints to navigate your way through the market, because the bull market is tough. Most people don't realize enough profits, don't get out the market at the right time, aren't prepared for what's coming. CC Pro will help you do that in the next bull run. So if you're not in, it's not just about buying at the right time, it's also about selling, and that's the most important part. So sign up now. Also, Deck, you'll love this. So one of the ideas Drift have, I'm sure they've spoke about this, so I'm not giving anything away, but if I wanted to race on the game, I would put up $5 and Deck would put up $5, and whoever wins gets the $10 minus the 30%, so $7. But what they plan to do long term is actually other people will be able to wager on, so say Deck's third in the global leaderboard of payout pursuit, people will be able to wager on him for the next race, and then he'll get a cut of everybody's bets on him if he wins. So you quickly see how the earnings can multiply really quickly, and if you were good at the game, then you'll then almost get paid to continue winning through the wagering system, and it's all done with smart contracts. So it's really simple, really easy, and that's kind of their long-term vision. So yeah, that'll be nice. So Bitcoin still looking really healthy. If you've missed any of the analysis over the last few days, you'll know we're really bullish on this setup here. Consolidating around previous resistance, which is now support, building a base of support before the next leg up. People taking profits, people getting into positions, getting out of positions. This is really bullish for us. And tomorrow night we have the monthly candle close. If it closes above this yellow line, $69,000, we should expect some absolute fireworks, and it could be a very bullish start to April. 3 weeks till the halving, 18th of April, I think, at the moment. So that date does change because it's to do with blocks, it's not to do with dates. So yeah, it's going to be a fun 3 weeks. Make sure you're in CC Pro, you'll get all the info. There will be some members live streams only as well, so you will get kind of kept up to date. And that's all for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed that, and we will be back tomorrow night with a weekly, monthly, quarterly candle close stream. See you all later.